Yeah. So
So
I started making stuff. Well, and then I actually sorry, my dog is
it's
insane.
okay.
Um uh I at that time, so my brother was I don't know if
What's
you're
your dog's
familiar
name?
with Lima.
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 Hi, Lima.
um so my brother at the time, or still is, but was working really closely with this dude Girl Talk, um and who especially at that time was like really big. He was like a mashup artist, whatever.
Okay.
But so when I was 14, my one of my first shows I ever played was opening for Girl Talk at Webster Hall in New York City, like a big ass venue. I was 14 years old,
Wow.
and it was like me rapping over my own beats, and like I was even like was dancing and shit.
Yeah.
um, so I was already like in it from that young of an age. um but it was all still just like self-taught, just like I was just obsessed with making music,
Yeah,
obviously.
like, having an experience like that at 14, like,
Yeah.
it's hard to compare. Definitely, like, solidifies, like, "Yeah, I want this," because that feeling of playing live and being in front of those people and doing your thing is it's almost undescribable. It's the greatest feeling,
Yeah,
really.
totally. Yeah. And
So
then or yeah, or go ahead, yeah.
no, I was just gonna say, like, you're 14, 15, 16, you turn to adult, what are you doing at 18?
Yeah, throughout high school I built up this. I was just like putting out music, and I was doing shows and stuff, and so I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, so I was sort of just working with people in that
Oh,
scene.
okay.
And then my senior project in high school was to go on tour, actually. So
Okay.
I went
Oh,
on
that's
like an
such a
East
good
Coast tour.
idea. I
Yeah,
can't believe they let you do that.
I know. Yeah, I really finessed it, and
That's incredible, though. That just shows how determined you are. I mean, to be able to
yeah,
convince for your senior project, I
yeah. So I
mean
had to do like a presentation about it afterwards and shit. It was really funny. Um,
cool.
but yeah, I went on that tour, and I mean, it was like a very small tour, barely anybody there. Um,
Mhm.
but then after that, I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and that sort of began a journey of like the getting my ass kicked music wise, of just being like, damn,
Did you
like, or yeah, go ahead.
did you finish?
No, no, I dropped out. Everyone drops
Yeah.
out.
Though they're like,
Yeah.
that's a story, yeah, but, like, that's so
Yeah.
cool to have that experience, but, like, do you need to finish, do you think? I don't think or what do you think? Do you
No,
need to
especially
finish?
not Berkeley. I mean, they literally it's like a running joke. It's like if you graduate, you're not going to be successful. Like that's their whole joke. Um
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
I mean, I think
No,
there
but good
is
for
a
you,
little
that's
bit
a
of validity to that too. Is just because it's like if you go to Berkeley and you aren't like actively already doing something in the industry by the time you graduate, it's much less likely to
yeah,
happen. I
you're
mean,
just, like,
yeah,
you're behind the
yeah,
8 ball.
yeah. Not to say that, so I have like close friends who have graduated who are doing well, but you know. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
anybody sees this, I love you. I'm sorry, but
Don't
uh
worry, no one's gonna see
you
this.
get what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
No,
so
they'll see this.
I appreciate you, man. Let's see what else. So then where does 365 the 365 songs a year fit into to your progression?
Well, it's funny because that's like even a long time after. Like, so
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
went
that's
to
like that's
yeah,
like recent.
yeah. So I went to Berkeley. I like I started a record label, little mini boutique, tiny little record label with one of my friends, and we were like releasing music all of our friend
Okay.
we were like signing our friends and stuff like that. So that was a whole thing for like multiple years doing that, and me still being an artist. um Fast forward to like, it's like hard to even pick which points to talk about, but yeah, and then
Yeah.
I dropped out of Berkeley in 2013, stayed in I stayed in Boston for another year, then went back to Cleveland, sort of just like spent a year taking care of my mom, and then moved to LA, tried to do the whole like uh producing and writing pop music. I was doing pop sessions and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Um just like working with other songwriters and stuff. And then in 2019, that was when I started to be like, all right, like I'm going to really uh, like I'm tired of like when I moved to LA, my mindset was like, all right, I'm gonna put everything of my artist project, all of my personal stuff aside, and just be like, I'm gonna get on as a producer and like play the game and do all of that. And I did get to the point where I was making a living. I am making a living as a producer, and that's great. But in 2019, I was kind of like, I need to just claim this for myself. Like I want to be an artist, so I got to do it right now.
Right.
So that was I started dropping these music videos on Instagram, um, and just like doing more of my own artist thing. And uh, I would do a bunch of content. Obviously, I knew that content was really important, but so I'd have these music videos, and then I would mostly just do the rest of the content would just kind of be like goofy shit, me trying to be funny or whatever, because that's like
Yeah.
what people do on the
Well,
internet.
yeah, I just wanna say,
Yeah, go ahead.
like, tell me more about the Mary Capitalist special.
Oh my god.
Is that what you is that what you mean by the comedy? Or, like, the things
Oh,
that
well,
you
yeah,
that
yeah. I was
you're
just
putting
doing
together?
like goofy shit. Yeah. So
Honestly, because I
I
was
had a
laughing
Christmas
laughing my
special. Yeah.
ass off, dude. Laughing my ass off. That shit was funny. Like,
Thank you.
you I want
Thank
I
you.
want more of that. Like, as
Oh
well
man,
as well
thanks.
as more of, you're dropping these things on TikTok, like, just, like,
Yeah.
little music hints and, like,
Yeah.
tips that, like, "Don't do this," or "Don't do that." Like, those videos are incredible. I love them. I love every one of them.
Thank you
Just keep
so
doing this.
much. Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, so what's ironic is yeah, you're talking about the I did a Connor Musarra Christmas special, which was just like goofy as
It
hell.
was so off the wall.
Yeah, and I mean that's just like the type of comedy I like. But what was interesting was, so I was making a lot of content, and people thought it was funny or whatever. But once I realized that people were going to my page and being like, "Oh, this dude's trying to be a comedian," I was like, "Fuck that." Like,
Right, right, right,
I'm
right, right.
flattered that people think that it's funny. That's great. I love doing funny shit. It's enjoyable. But that's when I was like, "Oh, that's bad." Like, I need people to just know that I'm a
Right.
music person. So fast forward to starting to focus on TikTok. I didn't really start to focus on TikTok until, I mean, I was doing it in 2020, but like 2021, like
Well,
beginning.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just most the most I've been on TikTok a lot because it's the most recent. I've like tried to my damnedest to avoid getting onto that platform, but it's
Yeah.
just it's not going away, and it's just dominating the freaking market.
Yeah.
Like it's I can't avoid it, so I might as well join it and learn how to use it and know what's on there and all those things.
Yeah.
Um, so, like, I'm sure you've been making that content before. That's just the first place I've seen it, and
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I get way more traction on TikTok. Like my TikTok destroys all of my other analytics probably.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. In my experience now is it's like Instagram is a lot more consistent gradual growth, and like TikTok is a lot harder to like really hit on there, but when you do hit on TikTok, it's like a million times crazier than on Instagram. That's been my
Yeah.
experience.
It's just it's wild. Yeah.
Um but so after I realized that I shouldn't just be like trying to be Mr. Funny Man on the internet all the time, I was like, okay, what the fuck? What am I gonna do? And I started seeing just like musicians jamming with themselves for 15 seconds or whatever, and then it getting millions of views. And I was like, I could do that in my sleep. Let me just do one.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
could do that in my sleep.
and so I saw one of those, and then I was like, all right. It was on a random day. It was February 15th of 2021, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do a video, and I like played all the instruments and I rapped on it, and it was like a quick little 15-second thing. And then I was like, all right, well, I know I need to be consistent. I'm gonna do another one, and then I did another one the next day, and then it snowballed into all of a sudden I'm the guy that does a song a day, and I did a whole year of that. I did 365 days straight
Wow.
of that. It just snowballed,
That's
and
so
yeah.
ironic how yeah, just serendipitously, "Surprise, you have to do this every day."
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but it changed my life in so many ways. And what's ironic
Yeah.
is it did, so there was a lot of career growth, and I got a lot more fans and whatever. I got that, but it didn't really pop off until I finished it, and then I started doing the steal this ideas. So I did an entire year of like grinding with like
Yeah,
some of
yeah, yeah.
them like medium popped off but nothing super crazy. And then once I finished it and I was just like doing random TikTok stuff, it started going super crazy.
Right. Well, really from like, I've looked at your or I've been, like, researching your YouTube library, and I'd like to see more on that, so I encourage you to put, like, all of your stuff on that YouTube.
I
Well, I
know.
mean, like,
I Yeah.
you could do a
Yeah.
whole skit and rap song at the end, or, like because, like, you have that's a skill, man, like, p not everybody has that, and to maintain
Thanks.
your rap image and keep that funny bit, like, that's just, like, gold to me, like, because then you
Yeah,
get to
thank you.
laugh, you get to watch that in the beginning, and then you get to, hear the composer behind the whole thing, because that stuff's just for fun, like you said, like, that's not what you wanna be known for,
Yeah.
but, like, I just want you to have more fame. Like, it doesn't do
Thank you.
justice, 253 views on that video. I don't know how that hasn't
Oh
gotten it.
yeah, I mean, it is what it
Maybe
is.
because of the joke content, but or, like, the,
No,
context of the joke.
it's just nobody. Yeah, I just don't, especially on YouTube. I don't have like a big following, so it's just like
Well,
not,
yeah, you're almost
it's
to
not getting.
1,000 to start,
Yeah.
generating the old revenue there, boss. It's like what
Hell
I've been
yeah.
grinding for the past year, it's like this unattainable goal, but it's really not.
No, you got it.
It's
You got it.
yeah,
You'll
you
get
gotta
it.
put the time into work in 365 days a year, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like
It
this is
literally
all
is
just
one by
me.
one.
So I'm doing all of this shit, and on top of the music that I'm doing and content I'm doing, I'm still producing and writing for other artists and like TV and all
Wow.
of this stuff. So every single day is like insane. And I have a dog and I have a girlfriend. Like it's too much going on.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely,
Um
I totally understand
so
that.
it's
I've
hard
got
to, yeah.
3 daughters, 1 son,
Oh
1
wow.
dog or no dogs. Yeah, no dogs, 3 cats, some fish, a rat.
Wow. That's a
So I
lot.
understand.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I appreciate you making the time for me here on
Oh,
this
yeah,
whole
of
Sunday.
course. Of course. Yeah, I was in
So
the
we got your
studio until
background.
6 a.m. last night.
Oh man,
Yeah, this is my life.
cool. That's cool. That's you're enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then good. Then it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me more about the sync in the yourself video.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I figured that I was that get like that's like the weirdest video, but I love it. Like that's my type of like art that's just like strange, but
Mm.
it's awesome.
So that is from my album from 2016 called Gasping. That is a pretty heavy album, not only musically but the context of it. Uh so that was like that album was made while I was taking care of my mom while she was very
Wow,
sick.
so there's a lot of
And then
emotion in that.
yes, and then
I
what's
could feel it. I could feel it.
yeah, so yeah, and then she actually passed away on the day that that album came out, which is wild.
Wow.
Um, but uh, that video was literally the sink in my mom's house. Um,
Wow.
and
That's
but
beautiful,
we
man.
did that video before she passed away, but um
Wow,
I don't know. It was just like a
that's
weird abstract thing. I thought it was
yes,
just
that was
like
the word I was looking for.
yeah, it
It
was
was beautiful,
abstract
dude. I
and
loved
like
it.
oh, thank you. And I just thought it was interesting like the way that we put like a giant we put a studio monitor speaker under the sink so that it would like the actual song was
I
playing
was gonna
under it
say
and
I
like
saw that. I was
vibrating.
wondering
Yeah.
if that was a technique in your editing or what it was, but that is incredible, dude. Like that sort of thing. You have such a creative mind to be able to put that up. Like more of that, more. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks. I mean, and I guess I'll say like, I appreciate all the encouragement. I guess my mindset is right now just get as many eyes on me as possible, and all of
Right,
the
and
other things will come with it. You know?
yeah, because like you're saying, you have other things that you have to do that actually produce money
Yeah,
rather
like
than your
I'm
creative
not making money
projects.
as an artist right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean it's a,
yeah,
there's some things that are happening this summer that will, um but right now it's like I'm only making money as a producer, not as an artist. Um, so,
right.
but
Well,
it's coming
I
together.
you are like over halfway to 1,000 subs on the YouTube, and I know that is right now my main goal to create and make music my career. So
Mm,
like I just like encourage you to that at least at that point you have something passive coming in for the stuff that you're doing because like you said you're not there's a lot of stuff we can't monetize and get money back on, but like
yeah,
the people watching that shit, people watch it, it's good, and I'd like to see you get money for it.
thanks. Yeah, um, yeah. I mean, and I have a Twitch and stuff like that. But I mean
Yeah, it's a good plug. This is a good time to plug anything you got. Is there anything that that you got coming out that you want to talk about?
I would just say my plug is just my Instagram and TikTok at Connor Musarra on everything at Connor Musarra on everything.
At Connor Musarra.
Um, yeah, I mean, I release a lot of music all the
Yeah, I
time.
was gonna say, just
Yeah,
go check out his Instagram or TikTok, and you'll see what's out there because he does not. You do not hold back. Like I was,
yeah.
you're on number 36, maybe on Steal This.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that the latest one?
Yes, 36 was the most recent.
And then how did that start?
Just like the daily songs, it was not planned. It was just like I was home. Lima, stop, stop. She's digging in the couch. Um,
Oh,
uh, I I was actually so I was on Twitch like a couple months ago, and I made a beat. And when I got off of Twitch, I was like, well, I hate the drums I did on this, but I do like the synth melody. What should I do with it? And then I was like, oh, well, I'm trying to do more TikTok stuff. I'll just like post the melody on TikTok and see what happens. And that's all it was. It was like I posted it randomly at midnight on like a Monday and with no hashtags, nothing. And and I don't know. And I
it just
just
blew up.
yeah, it blew up, and I didn't think anybody would give a shit. I don't know. And yeah, and that video immediately, I mean, it got like 700,000 plays or whatever. Um and now like a bunch of them, or I've got ones that are over a million. It's wild.
That's
So I
so
was just
cool,
like,
dude.
oh, that went crazy. I guess people like that format. I'll do more of them. I don't know.
Yeah. That's wild. Well, like, I think that's what made TikTok so, um, inviting was the duet and stitch features.
Yeah.
'Cause I really haven't seen anyone even really come close to that aspect. Can you
Yeah.
do you have any, is anyone else doing anything like that?
Oh, like what I'm doing?
Or no, I mean, like,
Or what?
just the fact
Oh,
that
just
you're
like
able
the
to duet
interactive.
and stitch a video. Yeah, yeah. It's like the
Oh, yeah,
interaction on
yeah.
TikTok is insane.
Oh, just like the yeah, yeah. Just the platform in general. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The collaborative nature of it is definitely way beyond anything we've seen before. Just and I mean a really good example of it is so this girl named Rihanna Maria, who had like one of the biggest TikTok songs. It was like the "I'm so pretty and he like that," that like huge one. Um,
Yeah.
that one. Well, so I produced her follow up single after that. She got a record deal after that single, but
Okay.
um, so but that was just a duet. It was a producer, Kato on Kato on the track, posted a beat on TikTok, and then she duetted it with her iPhone headphones, just
Yeah.
some young
Yeah.
girl from Australia, and then it was like one of the biggest songs on TikTok, and it got like whatever, however many tens of millions of plays on Spotify, and then the remix with Tyga on it, and she got a record deal with Republic, and like all of
Wow.
this just off of
You're welcome.
that.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
That's
and
incredible.
yeah, it's so wild. So yeah, and then I like produced and co-wrote her follow-up single after she got that deal, which was cool. But I say that all to say is like her whole career was started by her just like randomly posting a duet. It's wild.
Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. So, what advice do you have for up and coming musicians? Any one tip you had offhand?
My tip is release as much music as possible. Stop being so precious. Do things that scare you. Um,
That's a good one.
the the other piece of advice is get used to the fact that you have to win people over one by one. There's no shortcuts.
Yeah,
It's not
that is
glamorous.
some serious truth to that, my friend. Like literally one by one. And
Yeah. I did a whole year of song a days. Didn't pop off. but people slowly but surely, yeah, it's that's how you build a real following. It's like
All right, man.
just do your thing.
Well, is there anything in relation to this segment that you want to touch on before I move on to the ducking high questions?
Go for it.